Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to episode 4 of the Realistic League Expansion series video. Last episode, we stopped at the trade deadline period where we sit at the record of 20 and 32. This puts us second to last in our conference at 14th. Before I show you my new roster, I would like to show you the trades that we made last episode. Our first trade was with the New Orleans Pelicans, where we traded Christian Wood, Nicholas Batum, and DeAndre Jordan for a 2028 first round pick, Jeremiah Robinson Earl, Matt Ryan, and also a $12 million trade exception, meaning that the Pelicans save about $12 million in cap space. Our next trade package was big as we traded Bruce Brown, Marvin Bagley, Matt Ryan, Johnny Juzang, two second-round picks, one of them being a pick swap with Memphis. We got back Jeff Green, Brandon Clark, Fran Ntilikina, a 2025 unprotected first-round pick from Memphis, a 2026 second-round pick swap in the second round, and I believe it was $8 million of trade exception money. Our point guards at the moment newly acquired Markelle Fultz at the starting point guard position, Jaden Hardy and Frank Ntilikina at the backup positions at the moment. Ntilikina brings veteran presence to this team. He also brings in good perimeter defense and also a solid mid-range shot at an A-. Ntilikina is also a very decent playmaker at a B rating. Unfortunately, though, not a good rebounder or a IQ player. Our shooting guard positions at the moment, Terrence Shannon Jr., James Bouknight, and Caleb Houston. After a very struggling start to the season from Houston, I've decided to bench him in favor of rookie Terrence Shannon Jr., who is more versatile and better at the game. James Bouknight was also a very decent acquisition in free agency, although his three-point shot is very atrocious. Houston also down a couple overall points because of morale issues. Houston feels enraged by the recent outcome of games. Our small forwards at the moment are Pacome Daddier and Aaron Wiggins. Wiggins still out from that devastating vertebrae injury, but Toumani Camara has definitely been a good replacement. He's listed as a power forward, but he's been helping out at the small forward position, and he makes a good case for being the best player on this team. The rest of the power forwards on this team is Jeff Green, Jeremiah Robinson Earl, and Ryan Dunn. Since Toumani Camara has been the starting small forward of this team, Ryan Dunn has picked up the starting power forward duties of this team. Our centers at the moment looking a bit thin. Brandon Clark and Paul Reed on the team. Reed happens to be injured at the moment. I definitely want to go to the free agency market and see what is available via two-way contracts. The way this type of contract works is I sign a player to a minimum two-way contract. They spend some of their games in the G League and some of them in the NBA. In this particular instance, I want to give a contract offer to 67 overall 7'1" Ibu Baji. His B plus interior defense paired up with an A minus rebounding and also a 7'1" height definitely makes him a very intriguing prospect at his low overall point. He's also 22 years old and could potentially be developed into a decent third string center. He has a listed 89 shot blocking ability, making him instantly one of the better shot blockers in the league as a 67 overall player. So let's offer him that minimum two-way contract. He'll officially become the first ever two-way contract in our history. He happily accepts the offer and welcome to the team, Ibu Baji. Since I had 3 slots for these types of contracts, I decided to offer Keontae Johnson a contract offer as well to see if he'll take it. Keontae Johnson comes in as a decent all-around prospect as a 68 overall. Not too crazy, but he does have a decent three-ball shot at a B minus. He's also not too old, only being 24 years old. His top 3 accolades are athleticism, three-point shooting, and perimeter defense. So let's offer him a two-way contract and see if he takes it. And Keontae Johnson, welcome to the Baltimore Panthers. Since the league allows up to 3 two-way contracts, why not go for another player? Despite being a 67 overall player, Xavier Simpson comes in with a B- 3-point shot, B- perimeter defense, and B playmaking. The 27-year-old former Thunder is definitely a welcomed addition to this team. He also has one badge, which is Hook Specialist. Yeah, the way he plays, he definitely deserves that badge. Let's throw him our final two-way spot, and congratulations, welcome to the team. I'll give the newly signed Ibubaji and Keontae Johnson 14 minutes to start off their debuts for us, while Simpson will have to wait for an opportunity to play for us for the moment. With how well Toumani Camara has been playing this season, I decided to increase his shot tendency and make him the official number one option of the Baltimore Panthers. Before we start the All-Star weekend, I want to take a look at award races. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander at the moment number one with 38 points, 6.5 rebounds, 6.5 assists, 2.2 steals, and almost one block per game. Despite being 40 years old, LeBron James finds himself in the MVP conversation, top 5. The leading favorite to win Rookie of the Year at the moment is Zachary Risacher, averaging 15, 3, and 3 with 1.5 stocks. This shouldn't distract you from the fact that we have two rookies in the top 5, Terrence Shannon Jr. and Ryan Dunn, find themselves in the top 5 of the Rookie of the Year voting. The favorite to win Sixth Man of the Year is New York Knicks forward Josh Hart, averaging 9 points, 10.5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1.5 stocks. The favorite for Defensive Player of the Year, who else but Victor Wembanyama, 24 points per game, 13 rebounds, 3 assists, 1.5 steals, and 2.8 blocks per game. The leader in most improved player is Isaiah Jackson, who's averaging 12 points per game, 8.5 rebounds, less than 1 assist, almost a steal, and 1.3 blocks per game. Right behind him are 3 Baltimore Panthers in Toumani Camara, Paul Reed, and Jaden Hardy. At 5th place is Jackson's teammate in Marshawn Beauchamp. The leader in Clutch Player of the Year voting at the moment is Luka Doncic with 30 points per game, 12 rebounds, almost a triple-double with 9.9 assists per game, 1 steal, and 0.3 blocks per game. All right, let's start out with the Rising Stars game. This is the rookies versus sophomore game. We actually had Ryan Dunn, Hakom Daddier, and Terrence Shannon Jr. participate in this game. Terrence Shannon Jr. scored 13 points in this game. Hakom Daddier shot 1 for 6 and scored 2 points. And Ryan Dunn only shot once, missing, scoring 0 for the game. The 3-point shootout was exciting to watch, and Paul George victorious with 24 points. If Paul George has won it, he is the 3-point shootout champion. I think I have an idea. Oh, wow. That was a pretty decent looking dunk. I didn't green it, but let's see how that scores with the judges. A little 360 dunk. Yeah, that's a pretty good looking dunk right there. They're playing a lot of highlights. The crowd is engaged. Hoping for a wow 48. That's pretty up there. Wow, between the leg, a beautiful East Bay dunk. Wow, multiple angles of this dunk. Hopefully, we can get something in the 40s. A 40 exactly on the dot that puts me at 88 on the lead. Or is this it? I don't know if this is it or not. There must be a round 3. Oh no, I am the dunk champion. Let's go. Wow. Oh man, there's no skills competition. So yeah, let's take a look at what the All-Star game's looking like. All right, the voiceover is back. The starting lineup for the East is Brunson, Ball, Brown, Antetokounmpo, and Embiid, with Cam Thomas being a first-time All-Star, averaging 25.7 points per game, 3 and 3. Damian Lillard Cunningham makes his first ever All-Star appearance. Congratulations to the guard. Paul George, Boncaro, Tatum, and Towns to round out the rotation. In the West, Doncic, Alexander, James, Davis, Jokic, Edwards, Curry, Durant, Leonard, Ingram, and Şengün Irving as well. Şengün's first ever All-Star appearance here. Congratulations to the young center. And the Western Conference absolutely demolished the East. The leading scorer for the West was Anthony Davis with 24, 7, and 5. Gilgeous Alexander with 22, 4, and 7 with 3 steals as well. And the rest of the team looked like this. One thing that surprised me, though, is Kevin Durant with 0. Right after the All-Star break, we have some good news. Wiggins is back from his injury, and I'm very excited to give his minutes back to him. I will take away Keontae Johnson's minutes as he has been shooting the ball terribly, and I'll give it to Wiggins. He'll get 14 minutes to make his return back on the court, and that will gradually increase over time. This game against the Miami Heat is his first game back, and we're winning. We're doing really good. We were on a massive losing streak before this game, and we finished the game 110-78. Let's take a look at the scoring leaders, and you can make it up. In his return back from injury, Aaron Wiggins scored 20 points, which is amazing, in only 13 minutes of play. We also had 6 players score above double digits, which happens to be a common theme in some of these games. I simulated up until the contract extension deadline period, and Jaden Hardy is the only player available to sign a re-extension. All right, for the season, he's averaging 11 points per game, 2.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists, and half a stock per game. His field goal efficiency has also risen. Unfortunately, his three-point shot has dropped off. Before re-signing him, I also wanted to show you this stat, estimated wins added. Despite our terrible record, this shows that Jaden Hardy can make a winning contribution to a team. His true shooting percentage is also 54, which is basically almost at league average rate. I'm going to throw him a $4.7 million contract for 4+1 with a team option and a front contract. Basically, at the end of his contract, he'll be making about $3 or even $2 million. He agrees to the contract offer, and welcome back Jaden Hardy. He officially becomes the first ever player in Baltimore Panthers history to be re-signed. Nobody else is eligible for an extension at the moment, so let's just continue our simulation. For some reason, the in-season tournament was all the way at the end of the season, and the New York Knicks beat the Minnesota Timberwolves for the in-season tournament championship. Jalen Brunson, 35, 5, and 7 for basically the finals MVP of the in-season tournament. I'm not sure if that's an award or not, but congratulations to him anyways. This is what the scoring distribution looked like for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards with 27, 3, and 3 with 2 steals. He also had 4 turnovers, 4 fouls, and 10 of 24 shooting. One thing I wanted to show you was this game against the Philadelphia 76ers. Despite the 5-point loss, we had Toumani Camara post up his career high in points. 36, 4, and 3 with 2 steals as well. Very efficient, 16 of 22 from the field as well. I also want to highlight Ryan Dunn's performance in this game. He scored 12, 5, and 8 with 2 blocks as well, 6 of 6 from the field. Before this win, we were actually on a massive losing streak, losing every game in March. This game snapped that losing streak. Toumani Camara on top once again, 27, 3, and 4. We had another player score 20 this night, 9 of 11 shooting for him, 20 and 4, James Bouknight. Markelle Fultz, 17 and 8 with 3 stocks. and Paul Reed with 15, 14, and 3 blocks. I wanted to highlight how Xavier Simpson was doing since he was getting an opportunity. He was averaging 4, 1, and 1 with half a stock per game. Very clean splits, only 8 minutes a night. Our last game of the season is against the Milwaukee Bucks. We finished with a record of 24 and 58. This puts us 16th in our conference rank and 32nd in the power rankings. Hopefully, this means that we'll have one of the top odds for the number 1 overall pick, but we'll see. The most valuable player of the year is Luka Doncic, averaging 29.7 points per game, 12 rebounds, and almost 10 assists per game, while also getting a steal and a quarter of a block. His shooting splits were also very impressive, 48.5, 37, and 82 from the free throw line. The Dallas Mavericks also had a record of 57 and 22, putting them second in the Western Conference. The Rookie of the Year is French forward from the Atlanta Hawks, Zachary Risacher, averaging 15, 3, and 3 with 1.5 stocks per game. His shooting splits were a bit disappointing, 37, 34, and 77. However, his raw statistics definitely show potential to grow. The Sixth Man of the Year is Kevin Porter Jr., backing up James Harden in LA. He averaged 17, 4, and 3.5 with 1 steal per game. He also shot the ball pretty efficiently, 47.5 from the field, 35 from 3, and also 81 from the free throw line. The Defensive Player of the Year is Victor Wembanyama, 24.5, 13 rebounds, 3 assists, 1.5 steals, and 3 blocks per game. He also shot an impressive 46 from the field, 38 from 3, and an 85 from the free throw line. His San Antonio Spurs barely squeezed into the play-in tournament with a record of 40 and 42. They were 10th in their conference. They also had the same record as the Seattle Supersonics, who were 11th in the conference. One of the reasons why the Seattle Supersonics were this good is the production from Isaiah Jackson. He averaged 12 points, 9 rebounds, an assist, a steal, and a block for Most Improved Player of the Year. Paolo Banchero is the Clutch Player of the Year, averaging 25.7 points per game, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1.5 stocks per game. He was also very impressive from the field, 53.4% there and 41% from deep. He also led his Orlando Magic to a record of 47 and 35, which puts them third in their conference. The Coach of the Year is Tom Thibodeau, who led his New York Knicks to a record of 61 and 21, which is first in the NBA. The Knicks also get the Executive of the Year due to the trades that allowed them to get this beautiful record in the NBA. Both Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, and Karl Anthony Towns all seem to be great additions to this roster. This is what the All-NBA first team looks like: Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Victor Wembanyama, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Nikola Jokic. All-NBA second team: Joel Embiid, LeBron James, Anthony Edwards, Bam Adebayo, and Tyrese Halliburton. All-NBA third: Trae Young, LaMelo Ball, Anthony Davis, Cade Cunningham, and Paolo Banchero. All-defensive first team: Victor Wembanyama, Bam Adebayo, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Evan Mobley, and Anthony Davis on the first team. And on the defensive second team, Joel Embiid, Rudy Gobert, Nicholas Claxton, Miles Turner, and Robert Williams III, all big men. This is what all rookie first team looks like: Zachary Risacher, the first overall pick, Alexandre Sarr, the second overall pick. Following them two were 2 of our players, Ryan Dunn and Terrence Shannon Jr., and Rob Dillingham right after them. On the all-rookie second team is Reed Sheppard, Hakim Dadier, Jacoby Walter, and Carlo Makovic. Dadier makes it 3 rookies to appear from our team. Thank you for watching this episode of the Realistic Rebuild series. If you have enjoyed the series so far, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below, as that helps out in the YouTube algorithm space. On the next episode, we'll take a look at stats and also the rankings, and we'll go ahead and simulate the playoffs. Thank you for watching. It's been a real one. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.